This is Dave with Octane Anarchy. It's the introduction video to my Project Black Betty, my 1997 Pontiac Grand Am. I did do a lot of work to it already, didn't think about videotaping it till now. The whole project has been funded by me. I don't have any sponsors, so videos will come out whenever I can possibly get them out. I like to get them out once every other week, maybe once a month. It all depends on money and stuff like that. So hopefully you enjoy, subscribe, let me know if you need anything else from me, any questions, anything like that about the project, leave them in the comments. Anything you want to see, any questions you want to see about the videos, anything, just let me know. And enjoy.
Let's go off when I enter the building.
Alright guys, a review of the project. Sorry if you can't hear this too well. Heater's on, stereo's on. Get ready to get stuff going. I'll turn this down a little bit. Just working on getting some stuff figured out for next year. Some things I noticed I didn't like about my setup. You can only tell with it, actually using it. One is how the speakers were in the back. They actually blocked where all my electrical stuff was, so my fuse holders, my breakers, solenoids, everything else for the air ride of the system. Basically the entire car was blocked off by the speakers in the back. So what I decided to do is redesign the back seat, get rid of that shelf I had back there, go through design a speaker box to put my subwoofers in the back. I mean, it's essentially there's a lot of space back there not used. So I decided to let's make use of that. I'm going to move my air ride tank, move the valves, a little different setup. Hopefully you're going to basically use space that's hidden or not used. But yeah, I started tearing it out. Stuff like that. My wife decided that she wanted to slam my seatbelt in the door one day, so I had to buy new belts, which is okay because I don't like the green cover for the buckle. It just didn't. My car seams are black, red, silver, so it didn't really work. So I have new seat belts, new ways of mounting the seat belts, so we're going to go through that and see if that would, clean up a little bit of area there. So this series is going to be about my project. A lot of it is done, like the bags are already made, the struts are already on, a lot of the airlines are already run. I can run through where I ran it, what I did. The front struts will probably be redone, the back will be redone. I want to get this thing on the ground. So I didn't buy a kit from a company that fabricates it, that's basically mass produced. They didn't go low enough for me. So I decided I want to make my own kit. In the process, I taught myself how to weld. I taught myself about air ride. I mean, I've done air ride wiring before, but I've never actually done the bags, so running the lines and plumbing everything myself. So it was a learning experience, and just throughout that I learned that certain things didn't work out all that well, and I want to be able to drive this car to and from meets, whether it be a local one. I want to go out of town, I want to travel with this, but I want to have room in here to still put, pack a couple suitcases for me and my wife to go, and just drive around. And the whole goal of this car was to have fun. There's going to be a motor swap. Right now it's mostly stock. But like I said, I want to do a motor swap in it, mostly because the motor I'm putting in here, I love it. Easy to work on. Parts are fairly cheap. Performance markets out there. So I want to make this car show and go. So I'm going to run through what I've done, what it looks like right now. I mean, it's a mess right now because I got everything taken apart, but it's a start. So we'll go through, run down what's going on. and we'll go from there. I'll run you through the front of the car, go to the back. This is my 3100 motor, basically stock. Intake, see, spark plug wires and spark plugs were upgraded just because, I mean, you know, I had to do them, so why not. The alternator is a 220 amp alternator. That's upgraded for the air ride and the system. I have blackout headlights. I don't know if you can see them or not, but they're Angel Eye fog lights, the Gilas. You can see it's stock rims for right now. Painted calipers, Brembo rotors, ceramic pads, spiked lug nuts, sitting pretty low as you can tell. Talking a little tire, but I want to go lower. The M3 mirrors. Body needs a lot of work. Inside, I have the seats out because I'm worried about getting the harness set. I gotta pull the carpet out because I actually have plates they're gonna weld in, so I can actually have hooks for the belt to be released and all that from the car. Center console's painted, nothing too special there. It is an automatic. You know, it looks like a manual. It is an automatic. Air ride gauges, the AVH 8500 BHS radio. I had a quick release steering wheel, but I got rid of that because of the stability of the steering wheel. It would flop around everywhere, and it wasn't a good feel. So it's now solid mounted. I mean, the only thing that plays now is the steering lock, which is really good. Have a dash cam in every one of my cars. I'm not sure if you can see too much. It's kind of dark in here. So maybe I'll grab the light and come back in here, do a little bit more, but that's the passenger side. That's the back. I'll get more of a light in here to show you the back, where the mounts are going to be moved to the trunk, or the amps are going to be mounted in the trunk, because I'm going to have the speaker box back here going up, but I'll do more video on that when I start making that. 2 Optima yellow tops. Just make sure I got enough juice to everything. Gotta get low. Back here is my air ride setup. There's a tank. I got 2 440C compressors. Black. Got them basically when they came out. Valves. Sending units for the gauges, which I'm probably going to be changing those out too. There's the rear wall with all the wiring. So, got to get that all set up. And I'll show you my electrical nightmare. Alright, sorry about that. I had a little technical difficulty, but this is my electrical nightmare. Let's get the light to balance there. Up here, that's my solenoid to turn the compressors on. 200 amp solenoid. There's a fuses for the system and for the air suspension. Up here, all those relays are for the switches in the car to control the air system. Bunch of ground, stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much, that was the problem, is the speaker box sat right here. So it would actually block me from getting the door off of here. So that was a real big issue. If I had a fuse pop or something like that would happen, I'd have to take this whole setup out because the speaker box is so big, it wouldn't fit in there. So I had to take all this air ride out, disconnect everything, just to get the box out, just to get that. So if I had a problem on the road, I couldn't just go get a fuse. I'd have to, get tools out, actually fix everything. It was really big hassle. I didn't foresee that happening. I just put it together real quick to get it out for the summer, and now I'm gonna go through this winter and just really finalize it. But I'm really thinking about taking the air tank, moving it up here to where you see the speakers are at. I don't know if you can see that or not, but mounting it up on that shelf because these speakers are gonna be put inside the car. And then taking the air valves behind this wall here. I mean, there's so much room back here that I can use. Because I mean, I shaved the antenna off the car, so there's no antenna here at all. So I put 2 on this side and 2 on the other side and run everything like that and kind of have them hidden. And then have like all this space open for, you know, if I want to go out of town, whatever, I don't have to worry about it. So that's another thing there. And now we'll go to the driver's side. I'll grab this light and show you more of what I'm doing on there. All right, now we're on the driver's side. The light, little pedals. There's my volt gauge to make sure I know my alternator's working and batteries have charge. There's another look at my air pressure gauges. They're tinted. Right here. Unfortunately, this switch right here is to turn my radiator, my cooling fans on for when I have my AC on, because for some reason it doesn't want to function correctly, so we had to improvise. So I had AC this summer, so I'm going to look into that and hopefully figure out why that's doing that. Another thing I want to do is I'm going to use a Molex connector and redo this right here, which is actually the wires going into my relays for my air suspension, so I can control it. I don't like this because it's basically relying on where I have joined the wires together, and that's where it bends. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a Molex connector somewhere in my center console so I can clip it in. It gives more of a solid connection. And then if, for safety purposes, I can just disconnect it right here at a show or whatever, not worry about someone reaching in and hitting the buttons or watching someone mess around with it. So that's another thing I'm going to be doing, kind of clean up this inside a little bit. And I know it's dirty, but you know, my Grand Prix went down, which is my daily driver, and I had to drive this for a while until I could get the transmission swapped out. But now that that's good and back on the road, I can worry about this now again. But oh yeah, here's another part of the belt that broke off. I got slammed in the door, but shit happens. Back here, a little better look. Amps, yellow top batteries, my mounting for this. Describe how I'm going to put the new belts on here. Describe why there's bolts through there. But that's pretty much everything. Another GoPro mounted on the harness bar. That's pretty much everything for right now. Hopefully I'll start a series with this and show you little how-tos of what I've done. Maybe get advice from people, whatever. But right now it's a mess, but you know, I took everything apart to get it ready for next season, which should be fun. So more coming soon.
Alarms go off when I enter the building.